Hi everyone, happy Labor Day. That's when I'm filming this video anyway. Today I wanted to talk about something that's been coming up in my own life and the lives of my friends and family. And that's essentially dealing with sad times, negative times, times where you're just not feeling super high vibrational, spiritual, just when you're having a bad day. And this happened to me last week. I started feeling very negative, doubting myself, not feeling confident in myself, comparing myself to other people. And I knew it was a negative thing, I knew it was toxic, but for some reason I couldn't really get out of this headspace. And also, I felt like if I tried to get myself out of it without confronting it, that it would just stay suppressed. So, this is something um, at least that I think is important to address, because we all know that emotion is energy in motion. So one of the most creative forces, especially in manifesting, between thoughts, feelings, and actions. So here's my take on this. We are human beings. We were here to experience emotions and that energy in a certain sense. However, there is a scale, frequency that you may have seen in Aaron Doughty and some other creators on YouTube, their videos, where fear, anger, jealousy, those emotions are on the bottom part of this rainbow spectrum. And then as you ascend and you go higher into awareness, love, peace, acceptance, understanding, empathy are all up in the higher frequencies, 400 level, etc. I'll try to find the chart and put it in the video or link it in the box below. So it's very hard, especially if this is a new practice, spirituality, just knowing any of this, to be at such a high vibrational level in the beginning. It really requires a lot of work, meditation, just coming to know yourself and who you are, and reading and learning. And that's a great thing. Like, honestly, the journey to ascending to higher frequencies shouldn't be looked at as a negative thing. Everybody is different and everybody will get there at their own pace, in their own way, in the right, perfect timing that that their soul basically wants them to. So, first of all, just accept where you are, accept that everything is going to be okay. There's nothing wrong with you. Everybody goes through difficult times, difficult periods, and we move on and we learn and we grow and change, and it's awesome. So that's number one. Following that, personally, I think it's extremely therapeutic and helpful to understand these negative emotions and to deal with them. And when I was in that state and I needed to cry and get out of this headspace, I realized I kind of just need to cleanse it from my system, like a juice cleanse. I need to get it up, get it out, and make sure that it stays out, because if I don't address this, it's going to stay there. And yes, I may, one day tomorrow be watching something high vibrational, and then really something happens and I react too much and I freak out. And then I just, completely shoot down to a super low vibrational frequency. And I think this happens a lot in relationships, traumas, disappointments, is that we try to suppress things, and then when we do that, it's almost like a spring. Like, the more we try to push down, eventually one day it's going to rebound and it's going to come back up. So that's very important. And the other thing to think about when you do let yourself have a set period of time, or an evening, a day before to do this cleanse, just try not to identify with the negative thoughts. Don't let that. So when I was going through this phase and I was comparing myself to other people and not feeling worthy, I tried not to associate those thoughts with me, and rather just cry about the situation or whatever it was, however I was feeling. And I also kind of said this as a mantra to myself, that yes, I accept that I'm having these negative emotions, but I'm cleansing, I'm healing. This is all part of the process. So I told myself that so that that would be what was reflected back at me rather than manifesting something negative unintentionally. And when I did that, when I gave myself permission to go through this, it gave me a sense of peace. And actually, the time that I needed to get rid of these negative emotions was much faster than I thought it would have been. Um, and then I got to a point after that I did that cleanse, and I think even before bed, because this all happened one morning into afternoon, I was ready to start putting on subliminals or listening to affirmations that were a little more positive before bed so that I could reset from there. It's beautiful. I think acceptance can be one of the hardest things. I was talking to one of my teachers, yoga teachers, and he was saying that spiritual people are generally really hard on themselves and can be perfectionists because we know all this information and we know that this is where we want to be, but we almost have such high standards or expectations that we forget we're still in a human body, we're still going through an earthly temporary experience, and that some days or moments are going to be a little hard and challenging, and that's why we came here, to work through that and grow. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's all about loving and accepting where you are and being proud of that and being proud of the moments where maybe you have the negativity, but you recognize it. Just like in meditation, when you're focusing on your breath, a mantra or something, and then a distracting thought comes up and maybe you get lost in that. But when you come back, they say to celebrate the fact that you remembered the object of your meditation. So that's my video for today. Let me know if you have similar thoughts, if you agree, if you disagree, if you have another way of dealing with this that's therapeutic, and that can help other people, because that's what my channel's about. I want to help other people, make them not feel so alone, make them feel like they have a community to share their thoughts and feelings and hopes and dreams. So thank you for watching again.